Dude, are you shitting me? I fucking seduced so many girls to his music. That motherfucker's got abs and he can sing.
He can sing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not okay with being with me, act like he's here.
Always the Hype Podcast. Sorry, I had to get my 1994 commercial in the house. We're not going to say the name, but we will say this name. This is the Hype Podcast, and I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
And we're kicking it with you every single week, unless we ain't. Unless Oso doesn't feel like putting out a show. But he always feels like putting out a show and putting on a show.
You know what, bitch? Some days I don't feel like putting out.
And some days I don't feel like pulling out. We got a great show for you today. We are going to talk some serious gun violence business. We're going to talk some Bernie Sanders business, which I might be feeling the burn.
Somebody, wow, you should get that checked. Somebody might not like it.
Yeah, somebody might not like it. We're going to talk some entertainment beef. Mr. Joe Rogan's in town Friday, August 9th, and I might be going, so I'll let you know how that goes. And
yeah, because this show comes out on Sunday.
It does. And it
will be August 11th when this show comes out. So
we got some bitches spreading something besides rumors, and we're going to talk about that and talk about what you can do to keep bitches from spreading the love, as it were.
How do you do that?
Yeah. Well, before we get into all that, check us out on the hypepodcast.com, facebook.com/the Hype Podcast. Hit us up, 503-776-0167. Let us know what you think about the show. If there's topics you want covered, if there's people you want to come on the show, say hello. Do whatever you got to do. I rhyme sometimes.
And hey, if you want me around, Diesel Fresh will do your voicemail. That's what I'm doing right now. I mean,
if you would like Diesel Fresh to record your voicemail greeting, he is down for that as well.
Yeah, because that Magic Mike shit didn't work out for me. So Diesel Fresh
you have to voicemail. You have to have abs for fucking Magic Mike to work out.
Yeah, I mean, I got man titties now. I'm old. I have beautiful breasts.
Speaking of man titties, today on the Hype, we're gonna go into what these fucking man titties did in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio. And yeah, I call them man titties because they are bitches. The mass shootings that went down over this last week, and how the fuck are they going to keep politicizing all these mass shootings? Why are people using it to their advantage? We're going to talk about that here real soon. But also, let's talk about you and how you feel for just a moment.
You know, I'm feeling all right. I cannot complain. It is a beautiful day.
In the neighborhood.
You know, I thought I said I would stop drinking the Kool-Aid, but you know what? I fucked around and bought an Apple Watch.
Why would you do that to yourself? You're over here working, what, 2 full-time jobs now? DJing and Platinum Records?
Because those motherfuckers did it on payments.
Jesus. Those bastards.
They said no money down.
Yeah. That's how they get you.
Really? No money down? I mean, why do I need a data plan for my fucking watch? So I have 2 phone lines now.
Yeah.
My watch has you can call my watch. And you know, here's the thing. I had no idea that this thing was so fucking, in a sense, so fucking useless.
Dude, I just think you wanted a clever excuse to say, not on my watch.
Yeah, that's totally what I was going for. I find out that this thing it's cool. It's the greatest accessory to your phone. But your phone doesn't need a goddamn accessory.
Why is it the greatest? Why? Explain that shit to me.
Because you know what? In a world where I am too lazy to do a whole bunch of shit, now I am too lazy to reach in my pocket and pull out my phone and respond to text messages because I'm just going to look over at my wrist. Did I get to the party late? Yeah, because it took a while for me to be dumbed down enough to submit to the stupidity that I need something on my arm. I mean, either I should have a phone or a watch. It should be one or the other.
No, I actually had people make fun of me because I'm a watch wearer. I like wearing watches, and people are like, "Dude, that's what you got a phone for." I'm like, "Bitch, I don't wear a phone on my wrist." Well, see, you can.
Bitch, I do now.
Yeah. I just think there's other things to spend your money on. And I'm one to talk because I waste money more than anybody.
You know, but for me, I just kind of wanted that shit. I was like, yeah, I got tired. I was like, I'm a tech guy And it's when something, the adoption rate becomes so high on certain things, and you're a tech guy and you're the only person who doesn't fucking have one, then you go, fuck, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like
I was just going to point that out.
I'm a tech guy and I'm the only guy who's not fucking in.
I was going to point that out just now because there's about to be a new addition to the Oh So Fresh household here pretty soon. We're looking at the fucking upcoming. Whoa, where are you going? Okay. So decided he wanted to walk away here. We're looking at an upcoming edition. Oso and I have a project we've been discussing, and it's to be announced here in the next couple months about the Oso Freshidents. So stay tuned for that. We may have, I'll give you a slight little hint, we may have a little location for people to come congregate and work on some special projects.
We might have some shit for you to do.
Yeah.
We might find a way to keep you off the fucking streets.
User discretion advised, if you know what I'm saying.
Ain't no discretion.
Parental advisory?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. And it's not porn that we're talking about. So stay tuned for all that goodness and greatness right here from the Hype Podcast.
There's not going to be any porn?
Well, I mean, there could be if the price is right. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20, dude.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true. How much is your handy worth?
Yeah. I don't know how much off the top of my head, but I do know we're about to get into the 5 minutes of funk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
First up in the wonderful world of sports, Mr. LeBron James is making a fuss again because Mr. Big Time LeBron James can't recruit any more college players via his agent.
I love when you just get shit totally fucked up. It's great.
Interesting news out of the NCAA as they released a memo to agents outlining new policies for agents to represent players who want to test their place in the NBA draft. And one of those rules requires agents to have a bachelor's degree. This prompted reaction from a lot of parties yesterday. It is being so widely described as the Rich Paul rule. Rich Paul has become a very powerful agent around basketball and does not have a bachelor's degree. LeBron James was among those who reacted. He tweeted first off, hashtag the Rich Paul rule, and then he added, can't stop, won't stop. They big mad and scared. Nothing will stop this movement and culture over here. Sorry, not sorry.
Dude, let's be real. LeBron James is the one recruiting these fuckers through his agent.
So this is before LeBron James goes on Twitter. I hate how Twitter is. That's how people speak. Here's the deal. So you know the background on this. LeBron James is guilty of something called collusion because as an NBA player, he is not supposed to be colluding with the agent, but he owns a management company.
Okay.
Because to put this in perspective, Jay-Z was one of the owners of the Brooklyn Nets. Very small owner. But when he started a sports management company, he had to divest from being an owner of a team. LeBron James, in essence, is the owner of Clutch Sports. But, I mean, allegedly. Let's just get that there.
Allegedly.
He's the owner of Clutch Sports, but he wants to act like he wants to back his buddy up. His buddy, who has been his manager forever. So LeBron James is making money off this shit, and that's why he's mad. He ain't mad because his homeboy got denied something. Shit, you're black. You have friends that get denied shit all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you going to Twitter about that.
Next up in politics, I just listened to Bernie Sanders for the first time in the history of time. And you know what?
Where you been, my friend?
I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and all of the sound bites of Bernie Sanders, I'll tell you, I thought what a lot of people thought. This guy's a fucking maniac. He looks like Doc from Back to the Future.
He does.
And after listening to him, I might have to do a little more research. I think I'm impressed.
I was fucking with Bernie. Pause. I was fucking with Bernie 4 years ago. The only thing that where me and Bernie fell out was when they told him he had to fall in line and support Hillary. And he did.
Ew.
And I was just like, damn, Bernie, I thought you were the rebel. A lot of people think, well, he's a socialist and he just wants to give everything away. Shit, when you got this bitch, I mean, the guy had to run this lane because there's no way he can get into office and just start giving shit away. See, you need to, let's just think about the three branches of fucking government: judicial, legislative, and executive. Right. Those motherfuckers, the two other branches are not going to let him do shit. You think all the shit that Trump would do if he didn't have those other branches to check him? It's checks and balances. Understand politics before you go outside and protest shit, piece of shit.
Next up in entertainment, the beef is high, just like the tide, and Tyrese is trying to stay relevant by creating more beef with The Rock. It actually
Gibson recently took to Instagram to slam Johnson for his decision to film Hobbs & Shaw before the 9th Fast and Furious movie, poke fun at Hobbs & Shaw's $180 million worldwide opening weekend, and hint that Johnson and his co-star Jason Statham will experience continued backlash from others.
You were spot on with that.
Yeah, actually, I cut you off.
No, I was gonna build it up a little bit more, but you were just like lightning quick with that button.
So the deal is Tyrese has beef because you remember he came out, was that last year? He came out, he was crying.
Yeah,
he needs his money.
Yeah,
he needs to make another fucking movie. Maybe you need to learn about some fucking money management because you've made more money off the fucking Fast and Furious movies than I will probably see in my whole life. You make more money off one movie.
First of all, you came in the second Fast and Furious, my friend. You were not even a part of the original crew.
You're not even on the first team.
Yeah, you're a second team, all Fast and Furious. That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, fucking. What's Vin Diesel's girlfriend on name on that shit? What's her?
Letty.
Yeah, like Letty. You ain't Letty.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Letty's fine.
Yeah, you ain't Letty. You definitely ain't no Paul Walker.
Yeah, hey.
Rest in peace to Paul Walker.
The only people that are fucking biting your shit, Tyrese, is R. Kelly. Okay? Making your crying videos and shit. Out here fighting for my fucking life.
Well, it's not R. Kelly.
They were both talking about babies in the video.
I will say, Tyrese, stop going on social media and crying about not being able to see your baby. I can't see my goddamn baby. You see me crying about it? Fuck you.
Next up in local news, as we mentioned, Mr. Joe Rogan is in town. I'll bet you he's in town today.
Oh yeah, I bet you if you hang out at Voodoo Donuts long enough, you'll see him.
Dude, you can hang out at fucking any major weed shop in Portland. I'll bet you that fucker's in there getting high as fuck.
It's for these out of towners, all you gotta do. I work by Voodoo Donuts. All you gotta do is just sit around Voodoo Donuts. You'll see everybody.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dude, that's insane.
Oh, he's just like these other pieces of shit that come to town and want a donut with a fucking Fruit Loop and a piece of bacon on it.
Yeah. What do you prefer? I gotta know. Do you prefer listening to like a Joe Rogan podcast or watching his stand-up? What do you think?
I prefer the podcast.
Yeah?
No, I haven't really. I've never really been into a stand-up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know you're a podcast guy, but is there any stand-up comedians you are into? Like that you're just like, oh yeah.
Not anymore.
No? Ever since like Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, I'm an old school guy.
You know they're bringing Eddie back, right?
Are we coming to America too?
Yeah. Well, that and he's going to do a stand-up special on Netflix.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. $70 million contract for that dude.
I hope he's not on fucking Instagram crying about seeing his baby.
Last but not least, now that's news, and you are not going to believe this. We still got people in this country intentionally spreading viruses. And I'm not talking about back in the day when like George Washington gave the Native Americans VD. Listen to this crazy shit.
I am HIV positive.
In this 1 minute and 20-second video, Brandy Yakima Lassiter of Americus, Georgia, not only states that she has HIV, but she goes on to list the men she believes she infected on purpose.
You HIV positive?
She even includes their wives and girlfriends who now may also be affected. Lassiter goes on bragging about revenge and wanting to watch them suffer.
I always get the last. Now I'm watching y'all die. I
Jesus.
Get real nasty and evil.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. How are you motherfuckers out here fucking without rubbers? The number one. Just number one. Number one, how are you fucking your side piece with no fucking rubber?
And number two, that bitch didn't even sound attractive.
No, she didn't even look very attractive. And I will tell you straight out, there are quite a few unattractive women getting a lot of dick. Just so you know.
Dude, that's why I don't go to the club anymore.
It's not about the club. You don't have to go to the club anymore. You got apps. For as long as there have been people and there's been fucking, there's been unattractive women that are getting way more dick than you ever think they were. That's just a fact.
And that,
I will fuck you up, Angela.
And that's this week's 5 minutes of funk.
1, 2, 3, 5.
He said there's way more ugly bitches getting dick than you could ever imagine.
I'm just keeping it 100. Yo. I mean, you know, ugly broads that don't have that bad, I don't get no dick at it. Pretty broads will be out here. I'm like, you know, they were like, oh, you're a bitch because you're not getting any dick.
No,
ugly
that's
broads,
exactly what I thought. But that's why it was so funny to me, because you know damn well the ugly broads that are getting laid all the time, they're just like, I'm sitting on the throne now, bitch.
There are a shitload of content ugly bitches getting more dick than they can fucking handle.
I wonder why that is. Like,
I mean, you ever you pop at a marginal bitch and she acts like she could pass on you in the opportunity. It's like you have to remember she's probably getting a fair share of dick.
He said, you pop a marginal bitch, you look at you like, I could pass on that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm doing you favor. You pick up on a broad like you're doing her a fucking favor. And she's like, nah. I got 5 of your kind. I mean, I may not be able to take them out to eat. I may not be able to appear with them in fucking public, but shit, I got fucking going on. I got fucking going on.
So speaking of appearing in public, dude, let's get into this fucking hot topic this week, because again, in 2019, we're still dealing with these fucking mass shootings, dude. And now they've spread to Walmart. The lonely, fucking isolated world of Walmart, where you get the white trash people, the tweakers at 4 a.m., the people that go out and shop in their pajama pants.
You see, so over the course of last weekend, so you're gonna catch up with us a week late. Total of 31 people were killed in mass shooting. We don't have numbers on how many people got shot in Chicago last weekend, because I'm sure that's pretty high too.
Dude, I'll bet you last weekend in Chicago over 50 alone.
Because it just goes down in Chicago.
Yeah, that's how they roll. So
here's the issue I'm having with this going on. Everything's being politicized. There's something. This is all the candidates that competed, call it competing, or just fucked off in the debates last week.
Yeah.
They all come out and go, this is why this is happening. It's Trump's fault. Yeah, sure, it's Trump's fault. That's the easiest answer you can come up with.
Dude,
I was watching this bitch on TV, and she's like, here, let me tell you about all the people. Let me tell you about some of the people that died because of Trump's fucking hate. You know what? Nobody signed up for the racism train because of this motherfucker. It's a pre-existing condition,
dude. I mean, nobody in the history of ever. Nobody signed. I mean, it's a like Obama made healthcare work for us, where you can have a pre-existing condition. Your racism was pre-existing. You will have to bring me a motherfucker that woke up in the last 3 years and said, "Fuck it, it's just time to be racist." I lived a good fucking life, and now, you know what? God damn it, I really want to hate some of them darkies now. Dude, the spin on this is absolutely insane, because number one, they threw out the whole, well, it's violence in video games. Well, no, it's Trump's fault. Trump has never converted not a one person, just like you said, not a one, to being racist.
And I don't support the man. That's the bitch. I don't support the man, but I support realism. I support reality. Yeah. And you know, thanks for subscribing to the Steve Jobs reality distortion field, because that's what the fuck is going on. Really, if you want to talk about some shit, because I'm in there on Anderson Cooper is like on some shit where I won't say his name, but you'll fucking blast Trump. I mean, let's get down to it. Nobody. Trump wasn't there to pump that guy's gas so he could drive 8 hours to get to fucking El Paso.
This is what I don't understand.
I mean, Trump wasn't there validating his parking at the fucking Walmart parking lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really? I mean, if you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the motherfucker that did it.
Well, this is what I don't get. To your point, Anderson Cooper says, "Well, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to publicize this man for his evil deeds." You just did. Okay, this is one thing that I really appreciated and respected about Obama. He made it about the victims of what happened.
Yes.
He didn't talk about, for example, when Adam Lanza went in and shot up that school full of kids. You didn't hear a lot from Obama about him.
No, you didn't.
You heard a lot about the families and about what we can do to fix things and the routes and avenues we should take to support people in our community to get us back to the whole. And some of those people, obviously, they'll never be whole again because their family's not coming home. But you didn't hear him sit and say, well, you know, out of those 72 bullets that Adam Lanza fired, 68 of them were on target. You didn't hear anything like that.
No.
And nowadays, every fucking politician. How many candidates do we have for president? Over 20?
I think there was 20 on stage. That's just on the Democratic side. That's a bitch. There's really no way. Trump's probably gonna run unopposed on the Republican side.
Dude, and I'll bet you all 20 of those fucking people had in their minds the names of those two shooters.
And the thing is, one of the shooters is a liberal. He's a progressive.
The Ohio guy.
Yeah, the Ohio guy. If you're into Elizabeth Warren, he's into Elizabeth Warren too.
Jesus.
On his fucking Twitter, he's talking about fucking voting for her.
And Elizabeth Warren is the anti-gun, wants to privatize water and shit.
All of them have to be anti-gun to be on the fucking left.
Yeah.
And that's when you brought up the Bernie Sanders things, that's why he seemed so extreme. Because they all have to go to these fucking extreme points. When you talk about Democrats, one thing about Democrats are fucking cannibals.
Sure.
They fucking rip each other apart. None of them is going to be worth a shit when it comes time to elect them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But,
as opposed to now when they're not worth shit.
They're really not worth the shit. But when I'm looking at these suspects, it's one guy. The guy who's Democrat into Elizabeth Warren, he had a fucking death list. And now they're like, well, they want to come up with a fucking red flag law.
What is that?
That if you show signs that you may be fucking up or you may have the potential to fuck up,
yeah,
they're gonna fucking come get you. They're gonna they're gonna make
some Minority Report shit.
Yeah. Really, they're trying to come up with a way to take away your rights in advance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have to look at the fact that these are all ploys to take away the rights that you have now.
Well, you know what?
I do, and I've said it many times on the show. I am not a gun owner. Please don't rob my house. I am not a gun owner, but I have nothing against fucking guns. You want to talk about video games? They have the same video games in other countries.
Yeah.
They have the same video games in Japan. This shit ain't going down in Japan. Is it going down in Canada like this? Europe gets all the exact same fucking video games, and it's not going down like that.
Yeah.
And there are other countries where they have guns, and that shit's not happening. The problem is the fucking American. There's something wrong with the fucking American mentality. There's something. We are flawed. Let me tell you
where one small piece of 1% of that problem is. It's mental health, and the cost and affordability of mental health. This is one of the things that I listened to Bernie on, and it caught my attention. Big time mental health issues aren't covered because people can't afford them.
So here's my counter to that, because I was thinking about the mental health aspect of it. That's another way to red flag.
Sure. Yeah.
It is, it seems extreme to talk about it this way, but they could red flag you and say that there is something mentally.
If you've ever gone to a therapist, or if you've ever seen a counselor,
they could totally red flag you on that.
They totally could.
Yeah, you went to your counselor in high school to figure out which trade school you were going to. Fuck, red flagged.
Yeah.
No, that fucker has mental problems. He couldn't figure out if he was going to ITT or fucking DeVry. That motherfucker has mental problems. You cannot own a cap gun or a super soaker.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're stuck to the Nerf file, motherfucker. No, but that's the fine line you have to walk here. Is because exactly that. If I went to a counselor as a kid because my parents got divorced, that counselor jots down, oh, this 7-year-old's angry that he doesn't get to see his father anymore. Did they go look at her notes from when I was 7 years old and say, well, he says he's angry, better keep him from buying a gun?
I'm gonna ask did your parents keep the receipt, because that shit didn't work.
But yeah, dude, seriously, they need to fucking hand out receipts when you go to a therapist. So if that shit doesn't work, you're like, I want my money back.
So what happens moving forward? Do we get certified? Okay to own gun? Not okay to own gun?
See, I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. And that's one thing that I liked when Bernie said during his interview. He said he himself does not have a lot of answers because of his...
What the fuck you running for?
Because because of his own opinions and his own bias. But he said he would hire people with opposing views so they can come to a middle ground or happy medium.
That's how shit's supposed to work.
That is how it's supposed to work.
Because remember this, people. You know what's so shitty about your country? Is the fact that you can have a discussion about a LeBron James, about a fucking Marvel comic, but you can't sit there in public and have a discussion with different opinions about what's actually going on in your country.
Well, and nobody can admit how they feel about things without being chastised or fucking painted into a peg, like into a fucking corner.
I repeat, it is okay to be racist. Yeah. I'm fine with that. You're good. Just it's good. Nobody's good. I don't want to persecute you for it. But I will repeat again. Bring that shit to my lawn. You're gonna have a real fucking problem.
No, I was really impressed. Problem. I was really impressed by a man who goes by Hotep Jesus. If you've never heard of this man, look him up. He's a kind of a self-made entrepreneur in the tech industry, and he had a very, very compelling argument about people as individuals. He had a young lady come to him and say, well, that opinion is sexist, because he was talking about men in the workplace and women in the workplace. And he goes, okay, I'm sexist. Let's talk about that. And she goes, you're just going to admit you're sexist? I didn't even want to have a conversation with you. And she stormed off. What is wrong with admitting that we all have differences of opinions? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, for example, I'm gonna wrap it back around to this, because you and I still have this conversation, but it's evolved over time. I don't use the N-word around you, because no matter where we are, what we're doing, that's not your shtick. Like, you're not cool with that. I've slipped and joked around and said it a few times, and you stopped me cold in my tracks. I remember I came over. I brought my brother over here one night. We were both fucking drinking, and I was on the phone with somebody else and used the word, and you were like, not in my house. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect our friendship or our fucking status on the podcast if you have to go, hey, that's not for me.
Yeah, because everybody you know does horrible things you don't approve of. Yeah, everybody. Think of anybody in your fucking life. Think of your fucking parents. Yeah, I'm going to talk bad about your mom right now. Don't eat the cucumbers. Everybody does things that you do not care for. So for me to point out and me to make a point of division because someone has a different opinion on things, it is what it is. I take people at fucking face value. It is. I mean, everything. I can't hate a whole fucking race. I hate a lot of individuals, and they might all be grouped into the same fucking race. That doesn't make me racist against that group. Right. That means I hate those individuals from that group, and it's natural to be racist.
Sure.
It's not natural to hate.
No, you know what's interesting?
I'll finish my point. It's just natural for you to want to be around your own kind and be more supportive of things, people who have similar, either whether it be views or ethnic background or gender. It is natural for you to be biased towards them, but it's not natural for you to hate other people.
That's exactly where I was going. You, as a DJ in the entertainment industry and a fellow podcaster, your close circles probably include other DJs and other podcasters. You're not going to sit there and be like, this guy's gay. He doesn't like women. I'm not hanging out with my fucking DJ group because he doesn't like women. You're going to be like, well, he's a DJ, so he's in the crew. You don't fucking hate him.
No.
He's just a different person, right? People that fucking do that are insane. We're not naturally inclined to just hang out on the outskirts of a group of people that we agree with. We surround ourselves with people with like interests. And when you sit there and go, well, this person clearly hates this entire group of DJs because he just hates them. Maybe he wants to be a DJ. Maybe I want to be a DJ more than I want to be in Oso's group, but I don't know how to be a DJ. Do I hate you? No.
I just want to end it out like this. All you people that are fighting against racism, A lot of you white people, stop fighting for me. I'm fine.
That's the most valid point I've ever heard.
Stop fighting for me. I'm fucking fine. You know what I'm saying? You got whatever your Antifa shit or whatever. Remember, it's more likely that I'm going to get killed by a black man than a cop. Remember that. Why don't you fight for my life and not for my rights? My rights are fine. You know what I'm saying? Because I get up, I hustle, I make shit happen, and I'm probably living better than you are. So don't fight for my rights. Fight for my life.
Oh, so what did you learn today from the Hype Podcast?
I don't think I learned anything on the podcast, but I will go back to my watch. I learned that they will. I learned this week that they will allow a broke motherfucker to walk in someplace and buy some shit that they really can't fucking afford and be strapped to it. It's let you strap it to your wrist and give no fucking fucks. And you know what? You might find it at the pawn shop next week. That's what I learned. That's what I learned this week. What did you learn?
Well, you know, I learned something just now, and it's all because of you. I learned that if we start fighting for each other instead of fighting for people's cultural ethnicities or their beliefs, we're going to get a lot further. And I wholeheartedly agree with that, because you are absolutely right. Fighting for your rights means nothing when it comes to fighting for your life and, you know, as you as a person. Not somebody in a society or a culture, just you as a human being.
Hell yeah.
But also, you already know, so it's about that time to go.
Hold up. Wait.
This is the Hype Podcast. I'm the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
And we're kicking it with you every single week, unless we ain't.
Unless I'm lazy. Unless that crack is good.
Hit us up at thehypepodcast.com, facebook.com/The Hype Podcast, or give us a call, 503-776-0167.
Nice.
Don't forget to check out our friends over at Fortress Property Management. You can reach them at fortresspropertymgmt.com or Fortress Fridays, baby, with Aaron.
Yeah, you can hit them up 503-752-8519. You got some property? They can take care of it. You need some property. You need to be somewhere. You need a place to go besides the streets. You call Fortress Property Management.
And they do not lease cardboard boxes, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about 4 walls and a roof. That's Aaron with 1A. Check him out, Fortress Fridays at noon. He's got all your property management needs in mind, and he'll take care of you.
Wow. We should suggest that to them. You guys should rent cardboard boxes, because there are so many goddamn homeless motherfuckers in this town. That's where that's why you guys sponsor this shitty podcast, because you're out of fucking ideas. Goddamn Fortress, step it up. I am going to go to the fucking U-Haul, and I'm going to fucking start renting cardboard boxes.
Start renting tents?
I'm going to fuck a tent. I can take an L on a tent. I mean, cardboard boxes. I mean, goddamn, what a money-making idea. I'm the next fucking Bill Gates. Fuck it. Cardboard box it up, you bitches.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.